Welcome back, basketball fans, to another deep dive into the absolute most compelling storylines developing across the National Basketball Association right now. Today we are focusing our attention entirely on a monumental shift in the Eastern Conference landscape. The Boston Celtics just went into the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, Ohio, and completely handled their business against the Cleveland Cavaliers, securing a highly impressive road victory. But this was not just another random win on a Tuesday night during the long, grueling 82-game regular season calendar. By defeating the Cavaliers on their home floor, the Celtics officially completed a clean sweep of their season series against Cleveland. For those who might not realize the immense gravity of that accomplishment, you have to understand the recent historical context between these two specific franchises. The Boston Celtics have not managed to sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers in a regular season series since the 2019 to 2020 campaign. That feels like an absolute lifetime ago in basketball years. To truly grasp why this is such a massive and impressive achievement, we need to rewind the clock and look at exactly what has transpired over the last few seasons, because anyone who has been paying close attention to the specific matchups between the Celtics and the Cavaliers since Cleveland made the blockbuster trade to acquire superstar guard Donovan Mitchell in the summer of 2022 knows exactly how incredibly annoying and downright frustrating the Cavs have been for Boston. Ever since Mitchell arrived in Ohio, the Cavaliers transformed from a rebuilding young squad into an absolute nightmare matchup for the boys in green. The historical regular season numbers paint a very clear and vivid picture of this struggle. During the 2022 to 2023 season, the Cavaliers absolutely dominated the head-to-head battles, winning the series 3-1. The following year, during the 2023 to 2024 campaign, Boston managed to edge them out slightly, but it was still a brutal dogfight, with the Celtics taking the series 2-1. Then during last season's 2024 to 2025 schedule, the two teams battered each other to a complete standstill, finishing the season series tied at 2 games apiece. But honestly, it was not just the simple fact that the Cleveland Cavaliers were capable of beating the Boston Celtics on any given night. It was the specific, agonizing fashion in which they secured those victories that drove the Boston coaching staff, the players, and the entire passionate fan base completely out of their minds. It has been a few years now, but every single Celtics fan remembers exactly where they were when Boston inexplicably lost to Cleveland simply because Caris LeVert suddenly decided to transform into the second coming of Michael Jordan, hitting impossible fadeaway jumpers and heavily contested shots from all over the floor. Or how about the absolute pure agony of the game where the Celtics had a prime opportunity to steal a victory against the Cavaliers while playing severely undermanned, and all Grant Williams had to do was step up to the charity stripe and hit his free throws to seal the deal. We all remember the infamous moment of him telling Donovan Mitchell he was going to make both of them, only to tragically miss them and cost his team the game. And we certainly cannot ever forget the highly traumatic evening when Dean Wade spontaneously went absolutely nuclear on the Boston defense, erupting in the fourth quarter and knocking down every single three-point attempt he looked at to rip the heart right out of the Celtics locker room. For the past 3 years, it just genuinely felt like the Cavaliers had somehow magically figured out all of Boston's tactical loopholes, or at the very least, they forced the Celtics to work exponentially harder for a win than they had to against almost any other team in the entire league. They were a constant thorn in the side, a persistent mental hurdle that Boston just could not seem to fully clear. Because that agonizing dynamic was absolutely not the case this time around, and because Boston asserted their dominance so thoroughly to secure the season sweep, this feels like a monumental accomplishment and a massive psychological weight lifted off the shoulders of the Boston franchise. If you are enjoying this detailed breakdown of the Celtics and their quest for Eastern Conference supremacy, please take a quick second right now to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video, so we can keep bringing you the absolute best basketball coverage every single day. Your support means everything to us and helps the channel grow. Now, getting back to the action, this regular season sweep feels incredibly relevant and vitally important, with the high-stakes pressure cooker of the NBA playoffs looming right around the corner. The Celtics completely sweeping the Cavaliers is a fantastic development for their overall team morale and structural confidence as the postseason approaches. It is not necessarily that anyone would predict Cleveland to be the overwhelming betting favorite in a potential 7-game playoff series against Boston, but the Cavaliers have clearly shown for the past 3 consecutive seasons that they are absolutely not afraid of the Celtics in any capacity. They do not back down from the physical challenge, they do not get intimidated by the legendary mystique of the TD Garden, and they fully believe they have the elite guard play and the interior size to match up with anything Boston throws at them. So for the Celtics to finally prove they have Cleveland's number in the regular season while asserting their physical and tactical dominance is a huge step forward. Not to mention this sweep coincides beautifully with the highly anticipated return of a fully healthy Jayson Tatum to the Boston starting lineup. Getting their undisputed franchise superstar back on the floor looking explosive and dominant has got to make the entire organization feel even more incredibly confident about a potential high-stakes playoff matchup between these two formidable teams. Boston is already going to enter the playoffs carrying a massive heavy chip on their collective shoulder. The entire roster and coaching staff badly want to avenge their embarrassing and heartbreaking postseason loss from last year at the hands of the New York Knicks. They have been quietly plotting their revenge and building their mental fortitude for exactly this moment. Now that they know with absolute certainty that the Cleveland Cavaliers are no longer the impossible, annoying puzzle for them that they used to be, it should give them an immense boost of confidence moving forward through the bracket. As the Eastern Conference playoff picture currently stands, the Celtics are sitting comfortably as the number 2 overall seed, while the Cavaliers are slotted in at the number 4 spot. If the current seedings hold true and both of these talented teams manage to take care of their respective business in the earlier rounds and advance through the gauntlet, if they were to eventually face off in the playoffs, it would most likely happen on the grand stage of the Eastern Conference Finals. That would be an absolute bloodbath of a series featuring incredible star power, brilliant tactical coaching adjustments, and a physical brand of basketball that fans would absolutely love to watch. However, there is still plenty of regular season basketball left to be played, and the Celtics are well within striking distance of catching the current leaders and capturing the coveted number 1 overall seed, guaranteeing them home court advantage throughout the entire playoffs. There is truly no telling what crazy twists and turns could happen over these final weeks of the regular season schedule. Injuries could alter the landscape, role players could get hot or cold, and standings could easily shuffle. But at the very absolute least, as the Celtics prepare for what they hope will be a historic championship run, they now have the ultimate peace of mind, knowing they have successfully conquered their Cleveland demons. Boston has officially proven they can handle the Donovan Mitchell-led Cavaliers, and that is one significantly less scary team they have to worry about as they march toward their ultimate goal of raising another legendary championship banner into the rafters. Thank you all for watching and listening to this complete breakdown of the Celtics' major victory. We will be tracking their playoff journey every step of the way, so stay tuned for more daily updates.